everyone, and welcome to RI Academy Podcast, One Student, One Creativity. Today, I get a very valuable opportunity on this occasion of today's Academy's podcast, the show where we explore innovative ways to enhance your English language skills. I'm your host, Cindy Octavina, and today we have an exciting episode lined up for you. We're diving into the world of virtual drama and how it can elevate your English proficiency to the next level. Not only that, because the podcast tagline is One Student, One Creativity, so we will have a special guest who will guide us through the journey of development a reference book. Our guest is Ranidia Ayumutia. Hi Ranid.
Hi. Hello everyone.
Ranid is one of the first semester students of Magister English Education Study Program, Faculty of Teacher Training and Education, Sriwijaya University, Palembang, South Sumatra, Indonesia. We will accompany you to discuss bringing your English to the next level through virtual drama, the current issue in the Teaching Material Development course lecture by Dr. Rita Indrawati, MPD, and Aryansyah, MA, PhD. Stay tuned, guys! Hello guys, welcome back. RI Academy Podcast, One Student, One Creativity. The topic about bringing your English to the next level through virtual drama is interesting. As we know, virtual drama goes beyond traditional acting by incorporating storytelling, character development, and dialogue into online setting. This approach proved highly effective for language learners due to its immersive nature. Unlike conventional language exercises, virtual drama creates dynamic and interactive experiences that mirror real-life conversations. To help us explore this further, we have Ranidia, our friend, who will explain in every detail incorporating virtual drama into language education. Welcome, Ranidia.
Thank you, Cindy. Thank you everyone for inviting me in here. It's great to be part of this discussion.
One student, one creativity. So, let's start at the beginning and talk about our book project first, bringing your English to the next level through virtual drama. Actually, this book project begins with a need analysis. Could you elaborate on why this step is crucial?
Yeah, so actually, Cindy, in our course, in Teaching Material Development by Rita and Pak Ari, we have learned about the process of book creation. So we have created a book at a time, and then it all starts with asking whether a book is needed and why it can be created. The need analysis help us understand the purpose of the book for both for the teachers and for the students itself.
Yeah, it is always an interesting course for us, yeah. Can you walk us through the development process about our book?
Yeah, because the book is in Teaching Material Development, so we have created a product. After we identify the needs analysis, we move to the development phase. We validate the content with our lecturers, we undergo one-to-one evaluations, small group evaluation, and finally field tests. Currently, as we know, Cindy, our book is still in draft stage, but based on the need analysis, we predict it will be highly beneficial for aspiring teachers.
Alright, so and what about the role of the lecturers as facilitator and book project manager?
Yeah, so the lecturers guide us to achieve the expected drafts. They play an important role in checking the similarity of the drafts, and then they check our Trinity, the similarity, and then and to ensuring originality. In our case, we discover a certain percentage of similarity, prompting us to revise and paraphrase sections with high similarities. Besides making a book project, Rita also asked us to make a podcast to tell the listeners about our book.
I see, Ranit. I almost forgot about the podcast. And alright, moving on to the podcast creation process, can you share with our listeners how we prepare for that?
Yeah, so podcast preparation involves creating a draft, designing a flyers, and assigning roles. We have a host like you, and then a guest like me, and then we have Salsa as a data collector, and then we have Yasmin as a flyer maker, and then we have Dimas and Vera as our editors. Each plays a unique part in bringing the podcast to real life situation.
I'm curious how this project would be so. And Ranit, it's time to talk about the contents of our book, right? And let's dig a bit deeper into the impact of virtual drama on language proficiency. How does this approach contribute to a learner's journey in mastering in language, especially in English?
Yeah, certainly, Cindy, virtual drama refers to the unfolding of dramatic events, conflicts, or narrative within the digital realm. So we have Mark, yeah, in digital realm, often facilitated through online platforms, virtual environments, or social media. It encapsulates the dynamic interactions, emotional intensity, and plot twists that mimic traditional dramatic storytelling but take place in the context of the internet or virtual spaces. These digital narratives can involve a wide range of participants, including individuals, communities, or even fictional characters. Engaging in dialogues, conflicts, and collaborating within the virtual landscapes, virtual drama may encompass various forms, such as online debates, social media and controversies, or collaborative storytelling in virtual worlds. And it often reflects the versions of real-life emotion with the unique dynamics and challenge of the online environment. The rise of virtual drama underscores the transformative nature of digital communication in shaping how stories unfold and transformative nature and emotion are expressed in the interconnected technologically mediated world, and that I say that is so enjoyable.
I touch on the immersive nature of virtual drama. And now I'm curious, Ranit, can you share a specific example or experience that highlights the power of virtual drama in language learning?
Yeah, of course. So in our experiences, we have once worked with a group of English learners who were struggling with conversational skills. We decided to stimulate everyday scenarios like ordering food, like kacauan or food, something like that, in a restaurant, or attending a job interview through virtual role play. The impact was remarkable. The learners not only improved their language proficiency, but they also gained confidence in using English in real life situation.
Oh, so that's incredible, right? Yeah. It goes to show how virtual drama can bridge the gap between language theory and practical application. And now for our listeners who might be new to this concept, how would you define virtual drama in the context of language learning?
Yeah, so virtual drama in language learning context is involving creating and participating in simulated interactive scenarios using digital platforms. It could range from scripted dialogues to improvisational activities. The goal is to provide learners with a dynamic environment where they can apply language skills authentically.
That makes sense. It's about creating a space where learners can immerse themselves in the language, making the learning process more engaging. And now let's talk about the emotional aspect. How does virtual drama tap into the emotional side of language learning?
Yeah, great questions. So language is not only about words and grammar. It means of expression. Virtual drama allows learners to connect with the emotional nuances of communication. When you are in role-playing scenario, you're not just reciting lines. You're embodying emotion, which make the language more memorable and meaningful. The example is like you are acting as a sad girl. Of course, you must be crying. Yeah, and then if you are acting in comedy scenes, of course you must be love.
Yeah, I see. Absolutely. It's about going beyond the surface of language learning and diving into the richness of expression. And now for our listeners tuning in, wondering how they can get started with virtual drama, and what would be your advice, Ranit?
Yeah, I recommend to start with the simple scenarios based on everyday situations. This could be a job interview or social gathering, or even a virtual trip to a foreign country, or even we have a podcast like this. Yeah, this is like acting.
Yeah, this is also acting, right?
As learners, we can gain confidence, so they can explore more complex scenarios and even create their own scripts.
That's a fantastic approach, tailoring the scenarios to the learner's interest for a more immersive experience. And now, let's address any concerns some listeners might have. What about those who might feel shy? Yeah, to engage in virtual drama. How can we encourage them to overcome these barriers?
Yeah, actually, this is normal to feel shy and then a bit apprehensive at first. So Cindy, one way to ease into virtual drama is to start in a supportive and non-judgmental environment. Yeah, non-judgmental environment.
Yeah.
Group activities and partner exercises can provide a sense of camaraderie, making it more enjoyable and less intimidating experience.
Alright, that's a great advice, Ranit. Creating a comfortable space for learners is the key to fostering confidence. And now, let's talk about the role of improvisation in virtual drama. How does spontaneous interaction contribute to language development?
Yeah, so that is a great question. So improvisation is a powerful tool. That is the key. And it pushes the learners to think on their feet and respond naturally. It enhances adaptability and then fluency, mimicking a real-life conversation where not everything is scripted. And then incorporating improvisation into virtual drama keeps the experience dynamic and ensures learners are prepared for a variety of language situations.
Words of wisdom indeed. Thank you, Ranit, for sharing your insights into the thrilling world of virtual drama. Don't go anywhere, everyone, because after the break, we'll be back with more practical tips and success stories that will inspire you to take your English to the next level through the magic of virtual drama. And guys, stay tuned! Guys, welcome back to RI Academy podcast. One student, one creativity. And now, Ranit, it's time to spill the beans. How can our listeners turn their language learning into a blockbuster production? Give us the behind-the-scenes scoop.
Okay, so alright, Cindy, picture this. You are the director, and then you are the star, and then you are the screenwriter of your very own language learning masterpiece.
Okay.
Now the first tip is to rate the script files of popular plays and movies. Choose scenes that resonate with you, adapt them to your language proficiency, and voila, a scene-telling language exercise is born.
I just imagine if I am the director, the star, and the screenwriter of my own language learning masterpiece. I love it. And who knew Hollywood had secret language lessons hidden in its script all along? Now, what about those inspiring playwrights in our audience? Any tips for creating original scenario and turning them into linguistic gold?
Yeah, oh, definitely. For all you budding Shakespeareans out there, creating your own scenarios add that extra sparkle. Think about everyday situation like ordering a pizza or your favorite noodle, you know it, navigating public transportation, or even surviving a zombie apocalypse. Language skills are crucial, even in the undead world. Let your creativity run wild, and soon you'll be performing linguistic acrobatics like a seasoned pro.
Let your creativity run wild. For example, surviving a zombie apocalypse. Okay. And now, that's a plot twist I didn't see coming. Language learning has never been so thrilling, right? And now, Ranit, let's talk about the improvisation. How does encouraging our listeners to think on their feet enhance their language skills?
Yeah, by encouraging improvisation, you are pushing yourself to respond naturally, to think on your feet, and to roll the linguistic punches. It's not just about following a script, it's about creating a language masterpiece in real time.
I like that analogy. A language masterpiece in real time. And now for our listeners out there who might be thinking, but I'm not a natural born performer. What words of encouragement do you have?
Cindy, they say all the world is a stage and everyone can be a player on it. Language learning is a journey, not a talent show. Embrace the outward moments, celebrate the small victories, and remember, the best performance often comes from our heart. Yeah, not the script.
Alright, so all the world's a stage. All the world is a stage, right? And Ranit, our audience is eager to become linguistic stars right now. And let's equip them with some hands-on, ready for action tips. What's next in the virtual drama playbook do you have?
Yeah, so we have set the stage and chosen our scripts. Now let's talk about the setting and the mood. Setting the mood. Creating the right ambience can elevate your language learning experience. Consider dressing up as your character, adding some props, or even setting the scene with background music. It's like transforming your language lessons into a Broadway production.
Dressing up, props, and background music. Talk about turning language lesson into a full-blown production. I can already see our listeners grabbing their costume clothes and searching for the perfect background track. And now, for those who might be feeling a bit camera shy, how can they ease into the spotlight without stage fright?
Yeah, great questions. Virtual drama is all about creating a safe and supporting environment. Start small, maybe with a one-on-one scene with a language learning buddy or a sportive friend, like you have your best friend or bestie lah. You choose one, and then as your confidence grows, you can invite more players to make more characters onto your virtual stage. Remember, it's okay to stumble over lines. Even seasoned actors have their bloopers. Reels.
Okay, I love the idea of a language learning have a buddy system. Supportive co-stars make all the differences, alright? And now, let's talk about the feedback. How can learners provide constructive feedback to each other to enhance the virtual drama experience?
Yeah, so the feedback is the director's megaphone. It guides the performance. Encourage constructive feedback by focusing on specific language aspects like pronunciation, vocabulary usage, or even the natural flow of our conversation like that. Positive reinforcement goes a long way in creating a positive and growth-oriented learning atmosphere.
Positive vibes and constructive feedback, a winning combination. Now, as we wrap up this segment, any final tips or tricks you'd like to share for our listeners to take their virtual drama to the next level?
Yeah, absolutely. Don't be afraid to make an experiment and add your own flair to virtual drama experience. Maybe through a surprise, a twist, or incorporate cultural elements into your scenes. The more personalized and enjoyable the experience, the more memorable and effective it becomes.
Personalized, enjoyable, and memorable. The recipe for a language learning blockbuster. Okay guys, stay tuned everyone because after the break, sudah itu diedit. Personalized, enjoyable, and memorable. The recipe for a language learning blockbuster. What a fantastic note to end on. Thank you Ranit for sharing these inspiring success stories. Stay tuned everyone because after the break we'll be back with our final segment. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to RI Academy Podcast, One Student, One Creativity. We have heard a fantastic tips by Ranit, but as you know Ranit, this is a recent method in education. In Sriwijaya University itself, virtual drama is a new finding. Would you tell me more about it? And also I have another question. I think we might need a lot of sources. Could you please recommend the input that we can have?
Yeah, so virtual drama in Sriwijaya University is new. It just started this year. Yeah, and then the subject itself is still a process of getting a patent from the government. And then the founder is our lecturer. Professor. Yeah, and there are Dr. Rita Indrawati MPD and then Pak Ariansyah MA PhD. And then for the input itself, because this is new, this is still actually flexible. Yeah, we can find the text, the script is from Google or the
or by their article.
Yeah, their
Or
articles.
by their
or Memritas articles.
Memritas article. I have read about Memritas article when she write about a virtual drama. Have you read it?
Yeah, that is awesome article because that has insightful knowledge, and then this is new for me. Yeah, so it can make us open-minded about virtual drama.
Alright, so as we know Ranit, we have a project book, the reference book. Okay, would you recommend this book to everyone?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me more about the book.
So actually we have a book about virtual drama. This is still draft actually. Yeah. You can see this is the cover, and then this is made by Group 2. There are Dimas, Ranit, me, Salsa, Vera, Cindy, you are, and then Maliha. This is still draft. We have 10 chapters in here. 10 chapters and then appendices. So it has a theory, start from theory, and then after that practices. So it has great knowledge in here.
Alright, so it's about finding your virtual stage, joining the language. Alright Ranit, I love that approach and thank you for unraveling the wonders of virtual drama with us. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on this show.
Okay, my pleasure, Cindy. Language learning should should be an adventure, and virtual drama is our ticket to that adventure. Embrace it, have fun with it, and watch your English soar to the next level.
And that, dear listeners, bring us to the end of another exciting episode of bringing your English to the next level through virtual drama. A huge thank you for our incredible guest Ranidia for sharing her expertise and making the world of virtual drama come alive. I hope you are inspired, as I am, to embark on your language adventures using these immersive techniques. Remember, your language journey is unique, and virtual drama is just one of the many doors waiting for you to open. So until next time, keep learning, keep exploring, and most importantly, keep bringing your English to the next level. And this is Cindy Octavina, RI Academy Podcast, One Student, One Creativity, signing off, and happy learning everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.